You're watching or listening to the Taylor's newsletter, The Obvious Choice, for Wednesday, the 24th of July, read by me, Stephen Lewis. You can get your own copy directly to your inbox from taylist.agency/newsletter. All links are in the show notes. Your USP might not be what you think. There's a strong argument that the Donald would not have become president without the image of him created by The Apprentice. Learning more about how TV pulled off that glow-up was part of the promise of The Apprentice in Wonderland, a book I finished over the weekend. Before I carry on, please take a moment to applaud my being hip to the jive enough on my 53rd birthday to know what the kids mean by glow-up. Okay, yes, I googled first to make sure that I wasn't about to make an arse of myself. As it turns out, the book has little to offer that you won't have read elsewhere, but I did think this unrelated bit was interesting for our purposes. On the first day of filming season 3, executive producer Mark Burnett surprised the contestants with a twist. The contestants were divided into teams according to whether they had a university degree or not. Everyone I was in business with assumed I'd finished school, says John Gafford, then a 32-year-old technology firm owner from Tampa, Florida. I'll never forget, I was sitting in that boardroom when they announced that, and I was like, holy shit, this is going to fucking ruin me. Later, he discovered that nothing had changed for him professionally. The funny thing was that nobody cared, Gafford says. Gafford internalized the crazy idea that a degree would be part of his value proposition as a technology business owner. This reminds me of real estate agents who note their university degrees on their business cards. Quick survey question. Do you think the real estate agent with the degree will get a better price for your house than an agent who either doesn't have a degree or hasn't put it on their business card? Personally, with no other variables, I'd choose an agent with no degree. The value of anything you offer is determined by context. Taylist often works for lawyers, and when I'm pitching to lawyers, I make sure to slip into the conversation and the follow-up that I have a law degree. Usually, I'll add where the degree is from. The rest of the time, I don't mention my degree at all. Why would I? The same fact can be deal-clinching, worth nothing, or even off-putting. The context that makes the difference comes down to the audience. In Gafford's case, it doesn't sound like he was lying to anyone about having a degree. He just left his education to people's assumptions, only to discover that people weren't making assumptions at all. They didn't care. What Gafford discovered was a mistaken belief that wasn't hurting him, but a mistaken belief could be hurting you. I see it over and again. A brilliant business owner making an aspect of themselves or their business, marketing an aspect of themselves or their business that their clients don't care about. Meanwhile, they're starving the oxygen from aspects of themselves and their businesses that would be deal clinching, things that put them head and shoulders above the competition. And by hiding those things in the wings while they spotlight things no one cares about, these business owners end up time and again in a lineup of identical looking competitors while a potential client struggles to pick one because the client can't tell the difference between anyone. You'll read a load of guff about having a unique selling proposition, a USP. It's guff when it demands that you look inside yourself for something shiny before you think about who you'll be laying that USP in front of and how they will approach it. Gafford looked inside himself and thought he needed a degree. If he'd looked outside himself first to understand his customers, he'd have known they put no value on his formal education. There are all sorts of reasons people waste time looking in the wrong places to find out what makes them truly, attractively different and desirable in ways they're more comfortable owning and expressing. One reason is they don't know how to look outside themselves, where it really matters. This is why Yes You, How to Convince and Convert High-Value Clients with Magnetic Messaging starts from the outside and works its way in. We're going to look at practical and accessible ways that you can use to work out what pings for your ideal clients. When you approach differentiating yourself this way, you get the best kind of glow up because it's grounded. You're not pumping hot air into a shiny balloon that you're uncomfortable holding because it feels flimsy. With our formula, you'll develop a USP that is uniquely you without big noting yourself, so you have something you're comfortable building your marketing around. When you have this, your differentiation becomes about your ideal client, not getting all salesy about yourself with hype or exaggeration. You don't have to become the greatest showman to confidently express the value in your difference. All you're doing is working out how you can lay out your real qualities and your genuine track record in a way that's authentic and irresistible. Does that sound good? Book your spot now. value.taylist.agency/yes-you. Stephen. That was the Taylist newsletter for Wednesday, the 24th of July, read by me, Stephen Lewis. You can get your copy directly into your inbox from taylist.agency/newsletter. All links in the show notes.